Virgo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late May 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Virgo collective. Really hope you're all doing fabulous, my good friends. Let's shuffle it up one time, my guides. Talk to me. What do we got for Virgo here in late May? What messages, energies, insights, all that good stuff. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Virgo in late May. Please and thank you, my guides. Talk to me. Give me some good messages and insights for the Virgo collective here. What's happening? And the deck is being a little specific this week. Usually for you guys, the card pops out real quick. And for anyone new here, I only read jumpers. There we go. It jumped out just as I said it. Okay, Magician. So this is very similar to the Magician in the tarot deck, but there are some distinct differences with this card because there is a little bit of illusion attached to it. There's a beautiful creative type of energy as well. But before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the May subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk a little bit about this Magician. So if you look at the imagery, you see this sharp dressed individual. They're doing all sorts of magic tricks and stuff here. And similar to the tarot deck, when I see this Magician from the Oracle, it does tell me that you could be manifesting and creating even if you don't realize it. So just know your powers to create things could be extra heightened in this time when this Magician's here. It could be a really strong interest in spirituality, hidden types of information, like deep esoteric stuff. It's a beautiful type of card. It could also represent trying to control a situation or control your life. But the difference with this Magician, when I see it as an oracle, he's doing some sleight of hand, right? He's saying, hey, look at this hand while the other one is doing something else. So watch out for any sort of illusion. I know Virgos are very intellectual, very smart, and you can't really get one past them. But when I see this card, it's Spirit saying like, hey, just keep your wits about you, especially if you have like a gut feeling that someone's being a little tricky. But we're just going to leave it at that. Let's get into tarot. I mean, you could just take the beautiful manifestation energy from that. Just want to give you the full message. But yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. Let's get these three cards out in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for Virgo, please. Guides and Spirit team. And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled An Unexpected Change. So for a lot of Virgos out there, there could be various different things within your life and within your experience that are going to shift rather quickly. And even if you didn't experience one last week, know that these energies, they can bleed through for a couple of weeks. So hopefully it's all changes for the better. But to me, it just felt like things changing quickly on a dime, like kind of catching you a little off guard. So we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone that you're linked to. Let's get it going here. 3 cards for Virgo, please, to start. Let's see what's happening in late May, please. Guides and Spirit team. Thank you. Okay. Ooh, the menu board of life. One of my favorite cards. And this is also linked into manifesting. So it's like the second card we have out of 2 that is talking about manifesting something. This is a beautiful, beautiful energy. Let's get 2 more. Then we'll really start piecing it all together. What do we got? Thank you. Wow. All right, tower. And I don't necessarily feel like this is a bad tower. We're going to have to take a look at it much closer, because you know how towers could be. Let's get 1 more. Let's see what's happening with Virgo. Okay, 10 of Swords. Now that's something we're going to have to absolutely look at when we have the tower and the 10 of Swords. Okay, so let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into the juicy intuitive stuff. And as always with all cards, the energies can present themselves in different ways. They could be different situations. That is a little concerning, to be honest, that we have a tower and a 10 of Swords. Everyone goes through these energies in life. So let's work our way through. Now, at first look, first glance here, I did say we have the menu board of life. There's a lot of mental action. Hopefully you're not thinking worst case scenario about something. And you know me, I'm a silver lining optimistic reader, but I'm always going to tell you what I'm feeling, very truthful and straightforward. Let's go piece by piece and really start to build it out, because whenever we see the Tower followed by the Ten of Swords, that's something we're going to want to look at much closer. But position number one, we have the Seven of Cups. Now, to me, very mental type of energy. You see this individual, they have 7 cups in front of them. So to me, I think of options, paths, choices, like being able to choose from the menu board of life, like I said a little bit earlier. So I do think this is quasi manifestation, like using visualization. In its rougher case scenario, this could be someone that's a little indecisive, or somebody that's always in dreamland, right? They're always in their mind. So watch for the overthinking, especially with these following cards. Like, overthinking about situations, that's not going to do too well for you. Now, I'm still going to hold off judgment about the rest of what we have coming up. The Seven of Cups can be very creative, and it could be spirit telling you, like, hey, you're bringing a lot of things in. So you could be magnetically pulling things in when I see the Seven of Cups, and there is a lot of paths and options. However, as we press forward through the reading, this is, I mean, we might have a couple of warnings here, right? And that happens from time to time. But in position number 2, we do have the Tower, okay? Scorpio energy. So when we see this, we always think of shock of some kind, or something that comes out of nowhere, something we don't quite see coming. And I always say that the Tower, it could be a good shock, right? This could be a good surprise coming in, or something that you didn't see happening. And it's like, wow, okay, that's better than I thought it would be. Generally, this could be someone hitting the reset button on something, or something coming to a close, like the foundation crumbling. So we're going to try our best not to be too doom and gloom about these cards, but just know when I see a Tower here, there could be things that really catch you off guard. Okay? Hopefully it's for the positive, especially with all this magnetism that we have coming in. And I can say this, when we have the Seven of Cups with the Tower right next to it, just know you could pull things in very, very quickly. Okay? Like whatever you're creating and manifesting, like it could really manifest quick when we see this. These energies are coming through very simple and straightforward to me. Okay, so we're going to need to watch out for that shocking energy that we have there in the center. Now, on to the back end, we have the Ten of Swords. It's one of the rougher energies in the whole entire deck. Now, all tens in tarot, they do represent a close of something. They represent endings. Specifically this one, it could represent pain. And I always say the challenging cards are always on a spectrum. It could always be something minor all the way up to something major. So when we see the Ten of Swords, it could represent a loss of some kind. It could represent an ending, something very difficult. It could represent pain. I always say be extra cautious when we have Ten of Swords energy floating around, especially with a Tower right next to it. It could be something, boom, like coming to a quick close. But a silver lining that we could draw with the Ten of Swords is that there's nowhere to go but up. So like when we see this in a spread, it's like, okay, well, you've experienced as much as you needed to experience with this, onward and upward, which can be really good. So once again, I feel like on the front end, it's much more positive, but on this back end, there might be some warnings, especially with the Tower and the Ten of Swords. Hopefully it's not something ending like very quickly or shockingly, but I want to dive deeper on all of it. Let's see how much more detail we can pull. Let's jump in and clarify. Let's get a good shuffle here from my Virgo friends, guides, and spirit team. What's happening? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Seven of Cups. And if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. Like, if you're feeling any messages off this spread that you want to give to Virgo, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, let's see what that Seven of Cups has for us. Why is the Seven of Cups here? Quick, very quick. Okay, Two of Cups in reverse. All right, so absolutely watch out with interpersonal relationships in this time. And I do feel for a portion of you, this could be a dynamic that it just feels slightly off kilter or unbalanced. Now, this could already be like, this doesn't even have to be someone you're dealing with currently, and I feel like that's a vibe for a good chunk of you. When I see the Two of Cups in reverse underneath Seven of Cups, it's like someone on your mind or someone that you may have lost contact with. That's like a vibe that's coming through to me. So for a lot of Virgos in this time, there is like a strong interpersonal connection that's showing up right here in the front end at the very least. I would say this, there could be a little warning here about the type of people you pull in towards yourself. There could be a warning about the circle around you as well when I see the Seven of Cups with the Two of Cups in reverse, especially with that manifestation energy I was picking up in the very beginning up here, where it felt like things that you manifest, you could pull in quick. So when I see the Seven of Cups, Two of Cups in reverse, it's like, okay, you're very magnetic in this time. You're pulling a lot of people and things towards you. Just be very discerning, which I know you are. Virgos are very discerning individuals for sure. But if you're going through some interpersonal issues and problems right now, it could be taking up like a lot of your mental space and emotional space with the double cups here on the front end. Okay, so I feel like it's simple, straightforward. It could be a warning about your circle. Let's keep moving forward because I really want to get into the Tower and the Ten of Swords. Might even pull an extra depending on what comes out here. But let's see what's happening with that Tower. What is going on with that Tower? Thank you. Yeah. So I always say in all my other readings too, when we have the Hierophant in reverse, it is very similar to Tower energy. This is like a shocking situation or a shakeup that just like came in out of nowhere. Okay, now the Hierophant in reverse is usually difficult in my opinion because it's something that we're not used to. Okay, the Hierophant to me is a card of day-to-day life. It's the regularly scheduled program. It's your day-to-day life. It's things that are within the box. It could represent power structures. It could represent people that we have a very long, deep history with. Long-term commitments for a portion of you are showing up here. So when we see this very sturdy, stable Hierophant get flipped up in reverse, it's like similar to this Tower. It's just like kaboom, that shocking type of energy. And remember, if this isn't resonating for you and you don't want to claim this energy and it's not something you've already gone through, please feel free to watch your other one. It's okay. But I'm just reading the energies, how they're being presented to me, and it's feeling rough. And I do feel like if everything is good for you right now, beautiful. Hopefully, like there's an alignment you have that's really offsetting all these energies I'm picking up so far, but I feel like these are serious warnings we're picking up already. Because with here in the front end, possible turmoil and interpersonal connection and the people you're bringing close to, then the Tower with the Hierophant in reverse, to me, it's like something that you are used to is going to change rather quickly and shockingly, whether it's a person or whether it's just something about your day-to-day routine where it's like there is a huge shakeup coming. So let's move over to the Ten of Swords. So there are some serious warnings in play this week. So I'd lay low. That's kind of like a vibe. Maybe get into hermit mode, lay low if possible. So why is the Ten of Swords here? And remember, if these aren't your energies, someone you're connected to could really be going through one, like a real tough one. So let's go in on that Ten of Swords. It's rough. I know a lot of beautiful Virgos in my personal life, and I don't really like seeing these energies. Okay, Ten of Swords with the Knight of Swords in the upright. Very fast-moving type of energy. Could be an air sign that you're connected to when we see that Knight of Swords rushing in. Okay, I don't see you shying away from this energy, which is intriguing because we do have like some difficulties. So for a lot of you, whatever problems, issues, situations that do pop up, whether you expect them or whether you don't, I don't feel you shying away. Like when I see this Ten of Swords with the Knight of Swords, it's like, all right, bring it. Okay, like, that's how it's supposed to be. Let's tackle this. Let's figure it out, which is a beautiful way to approach it, I would say. Now, I already said, hey, maybe you want to get into hermit mode and lay low. Even if you pull these energies towards you, I don't feel you shying away whatsoever. This is like, okay, well, it is what it is. Let's figure it out. Or it is what it is. Let's move forward. It's kind of giving me that vibe. So although we do have some warnings here that we should take seriously, I'm loving this Knight of Swords energy on the back end because it's like, all right, we're going to keep moving forward or we're going to tackle this head on. This isn't an avoidant type of energy when I see the Knight of Swords. Okay, now it can be combative. That's the other little piece of this warning here, because with this energy, it's like thinking about it, something on the mind, boom, the Tower comes in. This Knight of Swords can be combative. So for a chunk of you, there could be some sort of collision with somebody or just a headbutting where it's like things bubble over and reach a breaking point. That's kind of like a vibe I'm getting here. But do with this information what you will, of course. Like I don't want to pull these energies towards you and anything like that. But I do feel for a lot of you, your problem resolution skills are going to be needed, but they're going to be very useful, the way you address things and address problems. So let's go through and do a quick recap here. It's a rough one this week, Virgo, and that's okay, right? Like every week isn't going to be all sunshine and rainbows, but remember, this could be someone else. But position number one, before we get into the shadow card, we have the Seven of Cups with the Two of Cups in reverse. Now, I did say watch out the circle around you, the people you might be pulling in. Anything you manifest in this time could really appear very quickly. So just watch individuals that are coming into your life in this time. For a portion of you, if you're having issues with a connection or someone that you're deeply tied to, that could really be taking up a lot of your mental space in this time right now, which is to be expected, right? If you love and value somebody and you're having problems, it's going to weigh on your mind. So once again, that could be someone thinking about you quite a bit. But moving to the center, we have the Tower with the Hierophant in reverse. Yeah, get ready for a shakeup or a change. This is a shocking energy. They're very similar, so they like mirror each other. So there is something that's going to change, whether it's something in your routine, your day-to-day life, or something that's been in your life for a long time. It's going to be something about the dynamic is going to change drastically. Moving to the back end, we do have energies of endings. There's some serious warnings at play. But when I see the Ten of Swords with the Knight of Swords in the upright, in the positive, to me, this is someone saying it is what it is, or this is the situation, let's deal with it, let's keep moving forward. So I don't feel like this Tower and this Ten of Swords like really stopping you. To me, this is like somebody that in a time of crisis they can shine, or in rough times, that's when they really shine. Watch out for fights or things coming to a head too. That's another thing, like disagreements or just things coming to a head. But yeah, please take a screenshot of that, Virgo, if you want to look into it further. Let's get you a shadow card here. Let's see what's in the shadows for Virgo. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end, just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge, right? So let's get you one here. What do we got in the shadows for Virgo? And if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. I really do. So let's get this shadow card out. Thank you. Ace of Cups. So your emotional well-being is very important here. It really is, especially with all the things that we were seeing within the spread itself. And the Ace of Cups, as with all aces, could represent offers, opportunities, and very deep emotion and love, which same could be said with the Two of Cups that's showing up in reverse here. So for a good chunk of you, yeah, maybe the things that are popping up, it's like, it feels extra rough because it's like, I really care, or this is something that I really care about. Maybe this is the love someone has for you, even if you're not seeing it or feeling it right now. Don't doubt someone's feelings or love for you, if that makes sense. No. The Ace of Cups could just overall represent your emotional state, your emotional well-being. And although within the reading itself, I do see you tackling things head on, it's very important to really check in with yourself and make sure you're as good as you can be. Easier said than done if you are dealing with rough situations like we're seeing here, right? Life throws us curveballs all the time, but you really need to make sure you're okay. Don't just worry about the people around you. Don't just worry about how other people are feeling. You need to make sure you're good. For another portion of you with this Ace of Cups, this could be some sort of new cycle kicking in, which makes sense with what we saw here on the back end. So hopefully that's a good Ace of Cups coming in that you don't quite see just yet. But Virgo, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the May subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a one-on-one personal reading with me, you could check out my digital calendar at mastermetaphysics.com. But for the May subscriber surprise, we're doing a winner's choice this month, my friends. 2 lucky subscribers will get their choice of either the Everyday Witches Tarot, which is a wonderful deck. It's one of my favorites. Or you can choose a crystal pendant of your choice from my website. They're homemade. The energy is luscious. They're beautiful. So it's winner's choice there. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments where in the world you are from. You don't have to give me your home address or anything like that. It could be your country, state, province, whatever it might be. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love and I'll see you again soon.